Hello, good morning, back with another YouTube. Time's currently 4:30 on Saturday. Sat outside the gym now, gonna get into my gym session now. I like to come in a bit early on the weekend, otherwise it gets a bit busy, and I like to get my session out of the way nice and early. Jack helping me film today, so hopefully get some nice content for you. But yeah, this is what a hard day looks like for me. Saturday is usually my simulation day, so tends to be quite a long workout. Dialed it back a little bit. We're 2 weeks out from Melbourne, so looking to up the intensity a little bit. Should be good. There it is, the mecca of Hyrox in Perth, in Western Australia. Beauty. Pumped. The only man that works harder than me. Coach. 4 AM. He's here every single day. Him and Kettley get in at like 3 o'clock and do a workout before everyone else comes in. Mental. Warm up done. Next set I'm going to be upstairs on the side. legs are shaking. That was good. Oh, man. Today's actually going to be slightly shorter than I thought it was going to be, because that was quite intense, so just going to do 30 minutes on the bike, a little bit of strength as well. It was tough. It was a good session though. I'm pleased with what I did. Sweaty in this as always. My bike session done as well. 45 minutes easy. Try and get a little bit of caffeine into me, and then do a little bit of strength. Not too much today. Not really going to get that much stronger. 2 weeks out. Just a little sharpener really. And then we're done for the day. It's only 7 a.m. now. Possibly the most important thing. Gonna go to the shops and then get some stuff for my breakfast, and I'll show you what I have for breakfast almost every day. It's the best thing in the world. This is pretty much breakfast I have every day. Might look like a lot of food to some people, but yeah, this is just what works for me. Try to prioritize having red meat in the morning, have like a big meal like this after a tough training session. So this is just a bit of beefsteak, rice, spinach, kale, also added some chickpeas for fiber, and some kimchi as well. As I said, it's quite a lot of food, but it's what works for me at the moment, and I love this meal. It's probably my favourite meal of the day. I put up a little Q&A on my Instagram the other day. If you aren't following me on Instagram already, what are you doing? Go follow me. I had a lot of questions about nutrition, about like how many calories do I eat, fueling for performance and stuff like that. Daily calorie intake and whether or not I adjust it. In all honesty, I don't really track my calories. I kind of have a good gauge of what works for me at the moment. And yeah, I adjust it slightly. For example, today was a hard day, so I made sure to have a few more carbs before my training session and also during my training session as well. So after my session, I tend to eat pretty much the same thing every single day. I know what works for me, and you know, if I'm blowing out or I'm getting too skinny, then I adjust. I try to eat a pretty like whole foods diet. Try and follow like the 80-20 rule. Yeah, I do eat for convenience sometimes as well, like protein bars or protein shakes or whatever, if it's convenient. I think the main thing is fueling properly before your hard sessions is really important, and you should be taking on a few more carbs before those hard sessions to ensure that you are giving yourself all the nutrients that your body needs to get through those hard sessions. Finish this and then get into the rest of the questions. Okay, let's answer a few more of these questions, shall we? Adrian asks me, as an up-and-comer, who do you believe is a good role model for the sport? I thought about this today, actually. I think I admire a lot of people that have a very strong work ethic, and I think to be in the Elite 15 and to be at the top of this sport, you have to have a great work ethic. So most people, if not everyone within the Elite 15 and maybe top 20, 30 athletes in the world at the moment obviously have a great work ethic. They need to work hard day in, day out to get where they are. So I admire that a lot. It's something that a lot of people should strive towards. Obviously, there's some people that are slightly more controversial than others, and some people that like to have a big persona. But there's no one that I would say that couldn't be seen as a role model to anyone. I admired and followed a lot of the guys that I'm going to be racing up against. I learned a lot from them to get to where I am now as well, so I'm very grateful for them. I learned a whole lot from people like Rich Ryan. He has some really informative content out there. People like Hunter, incredibly entertaining to watch, and I think he brings a good bit of spice to the sport. And then you've got some athletes just have some incredible stories behind them as well, like someone like John Wynn with his story of sobriety is just incredible and inspiring as well. So there's lots of people that I look up to in the sport, and I feel very grateful that I get to race against them very soon. Next question is says, live in Oz, but represent UK. What's the story? Pretty simple, really. I have a British passport. I don't have an Australian passport, so I'm going to represent the UK. Simple as. Single best advice to help you get so good at Hyrox quickly. If I could put it down to anything, it would be consistency. Consistency and progressive overload. Trying to find little pockets of improvement every single week. Showing up every single week, even when you don't really feel like it. Finding ways that you can find a win within every single training session has been key for me to keep progressing and keep showing up week on week. And that also entails like being dialed in on your nutrition, your sleep, your recovery, because without those things then you can't turn up and train properly each week. What does your training week look like? How many times do you run? I run probably 3 to 5 sessions a week, I want to say. It changes week on week depending on how my body's feeling. If I'm feeling a little bit fatigued and maybe picking up a few niggles, and I dial back the running a little bit and go for something that's a little bit less strenuous on my joints and my muscles. So for example, if I wanted to do a threshold session but my legs just weren't feeling up to it, I'd swap that for something like the assault bike. I think the assault bike's a great way to get your heart rate up and get into those threshold zones without sort of taxing your joints too much. It's not that stressful on the body, I'd say. And if I was doing easy work, I'd probably do something like maybe use a Stairmaster or just the C2 bike. I think is a great way to get some easy work in. I don't really go off kilometers. If I had to guess, I'd probably be within the 50 to potentially 80 kilometer range, but I don't really do any long runs that much anymore. Will you ever move into CrossFit? No. Look at my body. I am not made for CrossFit. No, Tony, I don't think I will ever go into CrossFit. Who is your coach and what has been the biggest change in your training the last year? So my coach is Chris Bayens out of Shredded. He's become quite the name within the Australian Hyrox scene. He has a fantastic approach to training, and with me we've actually managed to find a really good balance between hard days, easy days, sort of finding the right stimulus for my body to keep progressing week on week. We can come together after a race and sort of find ways that we can adjust my training to suit where we can find time based on my weaknesses from that race. So that's been a huge game changer for me. I think one of the main things that's so good with Chris is that we're really dialed in on managing the stress on the body. There's no point in me doing a hard day if my body isn't recovered. It's just going to send me further down into this hole. So working hard but also working smart has been a huge thing for my success. I think not pushing when I don't need to be pushing. Who was the best runner that you grew up with? Asked Charlie. Charlie, it was you. For a bit of context, we used to go on holiday every single year and we do our own little pre-season camp. We used to go running and I was never as fast as Charlie was. Nice to have someone to chase. And then we got a bit older and got into drinking and then didn't run as much. But here we are. Do you have one full rest day a week? No, I don't have a rest day a week. I'm someone that enjoys training. It makes me feel good, so I don't see why I would stop it throughout the week. That's not to say that I don't have easy days. I definitely have a lot of easy days. I don't have full rest days, but I do have easy days, which help me recover. What is your weekly training structure? I tend to separate my weeks based on aerobic sessions, threshold sessions, and recovery sessions. Stimulation and consolidation days. Stimulation days, you're trying to push the needle, try and get fitter. Consolidation days is where you may be looking to build that aerobic base, but also soak in a lot of the fitness that you would have built through those threshold sessions as well. 2 to 3 aerobic days a week, 1 to 2 recovery days a week, and then 3 sort of threshold sessions a week. At the moment, I'm only doing 2 strength sessions a week, but those are high intensity, about an RP of 8 or 9 for each set. That's worked the best for me. What type of sport/fitness were you doing before going all in on Hyrox? So for about 20 years, from the age of 5 to 25, I was playing rugby union. Fairly quick, fairly fit as well. I'd say I was one of the fitter guys in the team normally. Definitely not the most skillful. 2023, I tore my ACL playing touch rugby. Stupidly enough. That put me out. I had to get surgery, and then once I recovered from surgery, I decided going back to rugby probably wasn't worth it. Got into running, started with half marathons, then moved into full marathons, found Hyrox at the end of 2024. During COVID as well, I dabbled a little bit in CrossFit style training, and that sort of gave me a bit of exposure to what it feels like to really push your body to the max, and I think that does have a little bit of carryover to Hyrox as well. So there's definitely some learnings to take from CrossFit, but I don't think it translates translates directly over to Hyrox. You need to have a very solid base of running. What shoes are you enjoying at the moment? At the moment, I've been doing a lot of my threshold work and simulations in the Nike Vaporfly 4. I think they actually are a very solid shoe for Hyrox. They've got a good amount of bounce to them. They're very light. They feel good on foot. Yeah, obviously a very fast shoe, but they have enough tread on the bottom to work with the sleds as well. Enjoying working with those a lot. My mum asked, were you deprived as a child? Yes. Hence why I need to battle my demons exercising every single day, mum. How many pints of Guinness are you and Big Red having after Melbourne? I'm not sure if you're referring to my girlfriend, but depends on how the race goes. I'm not going to get ahead of myself. My girlfriend asked, how did you manage to snag such a hot missus? By being a little bit weird. I think that's how I got you, to be honest, because you're a bit weird too. Last question is, what are your goals for Melbourne? I want to be on that podium and I want to get my ticket to Worlds. That is plain and simple. That's what I'm training for, and that's my goal. I think that's it. Yeah, that's what a hard day of training looks like for me. Bit of strength, bit of threshold work, bit of simulation style training. Yeah, hope you enjoyed this content. Give this video a like, give us a comment with your feedback if you have any. Give us a follow on Instagram. Thanks for tuning in, and hopefully see you soon. Next one will probably be a Melbourne vlog. Ciao.